Welcome to the social science class, children. And today we are going to start with a new topic. What about this topic is, or what we are going to talk about in this topic? We are going to talk about the freedom struggle. It is very interesting topic. As we have already learned in a previous topic, that was colonial rule, if you remember. And in the colonial rule, we have learned about how the Britishers arrived in India as a trader, and slowly, with the span of time, they captured the whole India. Yes, and finally we became the slave of the Britishers. And definitely, we come to know in a previous chapter also, that is in the colonial rule, that how the end of this thing has happened, like how the birth of the Indian National Congress has taken place, and that was the turning point of the Indians. Yes, the realization that the British wanted to keep them poor and backward forced the Indians to unite and fight for the freedom of their country. With the establishment of the Indian National Congress, INC, the country got a strong foothold to fight in unison. The partition of Bengal in 1905, the activities of the moderates and the radicals brought about the rise of the nationalism in India. You know that there were two groups, radicals and the moderates. One who believed in appeal discussions, whereas other believed in the strikes. Lal, Bal and Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and the Bipin Chand Pal. So all these leaders, their aim was to fight against the whom? Against the Britishers, who want to rule the India, and they criticize each and every policies which are framed or applied by the Britishers on the Indians. That was all about how the Britishers ruled India. Now the period has come when the Indians decided to get the freedom from the Britishers. So this struggle about the freedom or become India as a free bird again, this struggle is called the freedom struggle. But it was not an easy phase when the India achieved its freedom. Still many things were there, still many moments were there, many. So many, all these many things. What were these many things? The movements which are being done by the revolutionaries. How they have done? We will come to know through this chapter. That is the freedom struggle. So let the story first start with the Gandhiji. Gandhi, the freedom torch bearer. Why do we call it as a freedom torch bearer? Because he showed us the way to the success of the freedom. So first let us talk about the story of Gandhiji. A very popular incident, the first incident which took place, which forced Gandhiji to think about the freedom of India. It was the incident when Gandhiji went to South Africa in 1893 in connection with a case where he saw the plight of the Indians. He fought for their rights. He experimented with satyagraha, based on the truth and non-violence and achieved great success. Do you know, children, this story, when the Gandhiji was traveling in the compartment, though he booked his ticket, he got the ticket of that. He booked that. But he was kicked out by one of the Britishers and asked him to get down from that compartment. Why? Because he was an Indian. He threw away all the bag and baggage of the Gandhiji from the train. And Gandhiji was sitting on the platform and thinking about it, that what had happened. Is this the respect or the dignity of the Indians? This is what the Britishers think about the Indians. So this was the incident which awake him against the Britishers. That's why I said he fought for their rights. He experimented with their satyagraha. Satyagraha means it was based on the truth and non-violence and achieved great success. And when he turned to India, he came back to India in 1915. He toured the country and was shocked to see the poverty and hunger in the country. That was the exact condition of a country against how the Britishers were using our resources. Actual condition of the Indian people, they are living in the poverty and hunger. So he decided to fight against the injustice done to Indians, farmers, and launched the fight for freedom through the policies that he used in Africa. This is the way how the Gandhiji helped the Indians, and how did he try to awake the Indians that we should go against the policies of the Britishers. So now let us see what are those many. So let us have these important acts and movements. Yes, let us learn about the important acts and movements which took place for the freedom struggle. The first was the Rowlatt Act 1919. The British government enacted an act. Yes, the bill was passed, or we can say an act was there, that was the Rowlatt Act, which gave the government the power to arrest anyone and send him or her to jail without trial. Okay, without trial. What is there? It was without trial. We can say without trial. Fine. That means without trial, without knowing the reason behind it. What actually the reason is, or without any trials. Straight away they were sent to the jail. He was, the person was arrested if they are having any meetings, or they were not permitted to have any meetings for the same. Okay, so in that case what happened? They were straight away sent to the jail as people protested against this act. They tried to protest themselves against this act. Now let us see how they protested and what happened actually when they tried to protest themselves from this act. So when we talk about the incidents, number 2 incident is the Jallianwala Bagh incident. 1919. On April 30, 1919, a peaceful meeting was being held. On which date? On April 13, 1919, a peaceful meeting was being held regarding Rowlatt Act at Jallianwala Bagh, Amritsar. General Dyer ordered his troops to open fire on the people gathered there, killing hundreds of people gathered there. Fine. So hundreds of people. What is the day, by the way? That is April 13. April 13 is basically a Baisakhi, which is being celebrated by the people of Punjab. That is their harvest festival. Okay, it is a harvest festival. It is a harvest festival which is celebrated by all over India, and it is a major festival of Punjab. And at this Amritsar, on April 13, 1919, they had a peaceful meeting against this act that was Rowlatt Act. And then the General Dyer, who was at that time, he was the General Dyer, he ordered his troops to open fire on the people gathered there. And do you know that there was only one exit gate from where the people can move out of that place, but he locked that door. Thousands of people were killed in this massacre. We call it as Jallianwala Bagh massacre also. And there was one well. Still you can see the remarks of the bullets, marks of the bullets over there, which were used during that time. Okay, so this was one of the major incident, that is Jallianwala Bagh, which leads to the freedom of struggle. So the next movement is Khilafat movement. When we talk about the Khilafat movement, it took place in 1920 when Turkey was defeated in the First World War. As we all know that there are two groups, Allies, and there were two groups when the First War took place. Yes, and he was defeated. The Allies decided to divide it among themselves. Now these Allies thought that they decided that to divide it among themselves. So the Khalifa of Turkey, as he was also the religious head of the Muslims, and the Khalifa was also the religious head of the Muslims, the Ali brothers. So the Ali brothers, Khalifa word you already know, the Khalifa was the religious head of the Muslims. That's why we call them as Khalifa. So the Ali brothers, there were two brothers, Ali brothers, Maulana Muhammad Ali and Maulana Shaukat Ali. These two were the brothers. Then started the Khilafat movement. The word Khilafat itself says which is against. Okay. So Gandhiji supported, and what did Gandhiji did? The Gandhiji supported them and found an opportunity to unite Hindus and Muslims. So in that way, Gandhiji took it as an opportunity to unite Hindus and Muslims against the Britishers. Okay. Then comes the next movement, that is your non-cooperation movement, 1920. It was a very big movement, you know. In this movement, the Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi decided to start a non-cooperation movement, which was a non-violent movement actually, where the students boycotted schools and colleges, lawyers boycotted courts, peasants refuses to pay taxes. Everyone was against the Britishers, or the government servants even left government jobs. So as a result, everyone was not willing to follow the rules of the Britishers or the facilities which are given by the Britishers. So finally in 1922, the year 1922, 22 policemen were burnt alive by the Satyagraha at Chauri Chaura, UP. And you know what happened in this? Chauri Chaura, UP. Here they burned the 22 policemen and they were burnt alive. So Gandhiji, was so disappointed when this news reached to the Gandhiji. He was so disappointed by the people who burnt the 22 policemen at Chauri Chaura, and finally he called off the movement. He said that now he called off that movement, and there were some people who believed that freedom could be achieved only through violent methods. Now what happened? Few group of people believe that the freedom can only be achieved in India by the violence or by the violent methods. So these were the revolutionaries. Who were those? They were the revolutionaries who realized that. And they were like Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, B.K. Dutt, Ashfaqullah Khan, Sukhdev, Ram Prasad Bismil and Jatin Das were among these. So all these revolutionaries, they were totally against, they revolted against the policies of the government, not only by non-violence but the violent method. They believe that this is the only way that they can get the freedom from the Britishers, because Britishers are day by day capturing the whole area and they are imposing the different taxes, the different rules, the different policies and the bills, laws, so that they can control the poor people of India. So these revolutionaries sacrificed their lives for the motherland. We salute their supreme sacrifice. So this is what about the non-cooperation movement and about the revolutionaries too, who want to attain the freedom from the Britishers. Then comes the Simon Commission, 1928. The British government sent a commission to India in 1928. And why he was sent? Or why that commission was sent? To study the effect of 1919. That is why it is known as Simon Commission. Okay, and what was the reason behind it? The Simon Commission reached India in 1928, and when it reached to India in 1928, this commission was boycotted by the Congress, as there was no Indian member in this commission. Yes, no Indian was there in this commission, and that is why there was no hope from this commission that they will favor for the Indians. Definitely it was known that they will go against the Indians. Sir John Simon was the head of this commission, and when he came to India, he was greeted with black flags and slogan. And what was that slogan? That slogan was Simon Go Back. Yes, they protest against the Simon Commission. The Indian protest against the Simon Commission. Why? Greeting with black flags and the slogans, that was Simon Go Back. I hope with this, all these movements, you are able to understand it was not an easy path to achieve the freedom. Thank you, children.